That's not my trash. That's someone else's trash. Ooh, my nail just came off. Does that count as trash? I just added to my pile.
Thank you so much for doing this. I'm really excited that you're going to be trying this eco-friendly challenge. Zero waste means trying to send as little as possible to landfill. And we kind of got into a little bit of this when I was on your podcast, Confidently Insecure.
Ever since you were a guest, I think about you almost every single day in my little brain because I've been trying to be more eco-friendly, and all of those tips and advice you gave me then, I've been trying to implement now, so I am ready for this challenge.
Awesome. So, show me your trash. I want to see the trash you made in a regular day.
It was an Amazon delivery day for my household, so I've got a lot of packaging, tons of paper towels. I do smoothies, and those veggies come in a lot of plastic I didn't realize. Brown paper bags from our grocery delivery, some extra cardboard. My worst fault is I eat a lot of individually wrapped candy.
A lot of that's recyclable, not too bad. The specific challenges I'm gonna give you for this 24-hour period is one, to start a compost, because I know that you have been wanting to do that. I'm gonna challenge you to sign up for a CSA box, which is a community supported agriculture box. And that essentially is a collection of local and seasonal produce that will be sent from local farms to your home. That'll help you cut down on some of that plastic packaging. So the third thing I'm going to challenge you to do is to try to opt for aluminum and glass over plastic when you can, because it's more highly recyclable.
I'm so excited to do this challenge.
I'm rooting for you. I know you're going to do amazing.
So I'm gonna use one of these plastic bags to see how much trash I collect in a day. I didn't realize how bad K-cups were for the environment, so I switched over to these reusable ones, and then I have my little compost bin for my office. I got my coconut milk for my coffee. We got 2 coffee makers in this house because we are tired. That's more like it. I just love coconut. I'm glad it's taking off as an alternative. My biggest issue is paper towels as trash. We try to reuse them, but I got these little microfiber towels. These tiny little things do the job, and you can, cut them up to size, and then I'll just bloop. I'll throw them in the wash later in the week. I'm making a smoothie though, so I have a banana peel. In my freezer, I've got my little composting bin. I've just been kind of saving the scraps.
The reason why we compost is because when you put food scraps in a plastic bag and you send it to the landfill, it decomposes without air and off gases methane. So when you're composting, you're taking methane out of the atmosphere because you're letting your food scraps break down with air.
I was fixing a printer and I made 2 copies. That looks like a penis. It's not. It's my finger. So trash. The printer that I was fixing came from the trash, and I just replaced some gears and now it's perfectly good. So I feel like I'm finding little ways to be better. You gotta be kidding me. Today is the day that I'm like finishing all of these f***ing cartons and stuff. This is bullshit. I'm gonna recycle this for sure. The thing that I'm not thrilled about is we do these meal prepped foods that you just pop in the microwave because it's so convenient and tasty. The reason why we chose this company is because they donate meals to people that can't afford them. So for every meal you buy, you make it more affordable for someone else. I'm gonna do chicky that I already made, cauliflower bites, and some mashed sweet potatoes. Ooh. God damn, I love clear up strips. My composting bin came! And I can use this cardboard stuff as browns, I think. I've got a compost bin! She's perfect! That whole coffee tin of rotten food out of the freezer into my composting bin. Here is the Tear website. It looks like more than a week's worth of veggies. Let's go ahead and add one to the cart. Bloop. $38 for all of that to be delivered right to my door. So a tip that I have to make drinking water bottles easier for all of you people out there is to have multiples of the reusable water bottles. When I wanted water, I would have left it in the car or downstairs and I'm on the roof or whatever. So I have water bottles in multiple places for multiple things. This is my yoga and working out water bottle. This stays down here. This stays in my office. My boyfriend and I each have our own. Boop, boop. It even eases the use of our cups and needing to do the dishes all the time.
I'm actually kind of shocked by how little trash that I've had all the way up to 7 p.m. But I have a feeling dinner might create a little bit of chaos.
I realized this like entire video has pretty much taken place in my kitchen because that's where I make the most trash every day apparently. Here's my dinner. Got even worse sauce and peanuts. Oh Christ, that was a bad one. They normally don't have that many little side things. Whoa, that looks good. I'm gonna go for San Pellegrinos, which happen to have a piece of foil on top, which is so annoying that I keep just so happening to choose the things that have extra pieces of trash on them today. But gotta be honest, this is what I would drink. Okay, in it goes. Bloop. I've done a lot of reading about starting from the bottom, trying to change the environment, and I feel really discouraged because a lot of these articles are saying like, you deciding to use your own bags instead of Target's plastic bags aren't actually doing anything. I'm like curious to hear what Ari thinks about like the little small things like that.
I think the most sustainable thing you can do is vote. So vote for extended producer responsibility, which means that the trash a company makes, they're responsible for it after you use the product. But I do think that consumer action and like being a conscious consumer is important because ultimately the companies will listen to the consumers and want to follow the trends of what the consumers want. And so maybe your individual impact isn't as big, but if there's enough consumers putting that pressure on companies, then it's gonna shift the tide. It's gonna make a big impact ultimately. Yay, thank you so much for doing this with me.
I'm using a plastic reusable bag, and this is the amount of trash that I made.
You're doing super well. The average American makes about 4.4 pounds of trash per day. Compared to the average American, I think you're moving along really nicely.
You did that to me. All your videos, like you actually changed like my way of thinking.
Zero waste was always sort of a gateway drug for me to get into environmentalism at large. The biggest impact you can have is flying less and eating less meat. Zero waste is kind of a smaller part of it, but I think it's a really good way to start thinking about your impact because you can't see your CO2, but you can see the trash you make.
Not only am I gonna be incorporating this more into my daily life, but I've already got my partner who lives with me asking so many questions about all of the, new routines we have. So I'm really excited to kind of like spread the word and keep passing the knowledge that you have bestowed upon me.